LDR boyfriend, male 23, cheated on me, female 20, after 3 years together with another girl, female 20 I think. Do I tell the other girl? To cut a long story short, I discovered that he was deceiving me from 3,000 miles away. All of it began with a phone conversation on FaceTime in which the girl's name was mentioned. When I told him to take the phone call, he refused, claiming it was his male buddy, which confused/gaslit me and made me ponder the name I had read, but it wasn't a major warning bell because I believed I had misunderstood the name. And it wasn't long before I found them with identical Instagram profile images, for no apparent reason. Thank you, Instagram algorithm, for suggesting her account to me the day after the phone call incident LOL, so I put 2 and 2 together and confronted him. In response, he acknowledged her and the two of them had been dating for 9 months, according to the date on the girl's online page, lol. We'd been together for about 3 years at that point. The fact that he knew her prior to meeting me did not concern him at the time. He continues to maintain that nothing inappropriate was happening initially, but flirtation and began roughly 9 months ago. Although he'd been on a sharp streak with her since before we'd ever met, it was nothing that concerned me when I first saw it. In any case, he's now having an affair with her. I believe she is still somewhat LDR, both emotionally and physically, but I am not certain. She is completely unaware of his being with me, nor is she aware of our link or of my own existence. According to him, he is too afraid to end his relationship with her because she is suicidal, self-harms, becomes extremely unhappy with him. For example, according to him, he was compelled to do the Instagram profile image thing because otherwise she would cut, and takes her frustrations out on him. Family members have substance abuse problems, drugs and alcohol, and are both drug addicts, resulting in an unsupportive home atmosphere. Don't you suppose he acts as a kind of therapist for her? She has her back and supports her in all she does. I'm aware of all of this because when I confronted him, we ended up talking for about an hour. Cheater gets caught in the act, crying and apologizing to the authorities. Break up with her and block her. It's awful for you and unfair for her. She need expert mental health care, which you are unable to provide, and you are jeopardizing your own sanity. That was the clincher. He declined since she had declared that she intended to commit herself, and he couldn't bear the thought of having to live with it on his conscience. I'll DM her then and tell her that if he's too terrified to do it, she'll kill herself. I was thinking at the time, I feel he is really worried about her well-being and is unsure of what to do next. I have no idea who he is anymore. To be clear, he did not notify me that he was engaging in unethical behavior. He reassured me on several occasions that he would never cheat on me, that he cherished me, and that he was calming and kind. Blah, blah, and more blah. My own discovery that he was cheating was made possible by a convenient phone call that he panically swiped away and then the wonderful Instagram algorithm, after which I confronted him and he admitted to it. I have no ill will against the other girl since she has no clue who I am. In this situation, the whole guilt lies with my ex-boyfriend. But now I'm left with a moral quandary. Should I tell her what I've discovered? Youngish girl's boyfriend of at least 9 months, and I assume they've been chatting and flirting for longer, had a girlfriend of 3-ish years who was perhaps suicidal, depressed, and a recovering/current drug and alcohol abuser before she committed herself, February 2018 till yesterday June 2021. And that he's been fooling her as well as me. Is that right? Should I remain out of it and let them deal with it on their own? Please understand that I am not attempting to be a homewrecker or otherwise harm her or his life. I am only concerned that I am morally compelled to notify her. Because I would have liked to know if my boyfriend was having an affair with someone else. And if the tables had been turned and she had been made aware of the issue, I would have expected her to notify me as well. But I'm uncertain because of her mental health difficulties, and I don't want to be held responsible if she commits herself or anything similar. You are welcome to provide advice and share your ideas, but please be patient with me as I have just found out that my partner has been cheating on me for more than a year. Less than 12 hours ago Thanks. Update. I told her of the situation. I sent her a long message on Instagram, which I used to communicate with her, no burners or anything. There was a great deal of compassion and warmth. I reassured her that I was on her side of the argument. She made a request for proof and received it in a timely manner. "You did it, huh?" My ex-boyfriend texted me 5 minutes later. I had barred him from all social media sites save for his phone number, which I had on hand. Then, in a weird turn of events, he congratulated me, claiming that it had made his mind and mental health better. I was able to assist him. It was a little perplexing to me. Several critical messages were sent to him, in which I said that it was not for him, but rather for her. She had a right to know the whole truth. He apologized once again, which was hilarious, and I banned him after sending him one last message. In my delicate state, I was concerned she'd use it against me, which I don't think I'd be able to handle in my current state. I assured her that I would be there for her. Since then, I haven't heard back from her after a quick exchange of phone numbers, 12 hours ago. In all honesty, I doubt I'll be able to continue talking. I'm not sure whether she ended her relationship with him or just took a break from him, as they continue to follow one another on social media, but she altered her profile picture so that it no longer matches, and the relationship date from her bio is no longer there as well. It is none of my business what happens next. All I can hope for is that she is well and that she takes the necessary measures to ensure her well-being in the future. In the long letter I sent her, I expressed my uncertainty about whether she was suicidal or self-harming, saying, "He told me you were delicate and suffering from depression, so I questioned sending this message, but I feel you deserve the truth. End of the day, I feel that it is better for her to be informed rather than to put her faith in someone who is taking advantage of her vulnerability." Update: Firstly, thank you to everyone who responded to the last post. It was encouraging to know that strangers were of the same opinion as me that she should get a note telling her of the current situation. In the unusual event that anybody else finds themselves in a similar situation, which I pray they never do, but if they do, please inform the clueless affair partner of what has happened to them. Even if you are not at fault, I believe it will assist you in calming your conscience. No matter if I was the one who had been fooled and she was the other lady, believe me when I say that it felt wonderful to tell her the truth instead of letting him spin it to his own advantage or failing to inform her at all. For the most part, it's simply another jab in the shins for my ex-boyfriend, making sure he can't just crawl to his other girlfriend now that I've broken up with him, and it also guarantees that she gets the whole truth and can make an informed decision about what to do next, break up or stay together. I have a sense of relief. I've been able to stop feeling sick and vomiting up for a few days now. I had a nice night's sleep for the first time since I found out what had transpired. For the ex-girlfriend, there were just negative emotions to contend with. I'm not sure whether it's hatred, but that's a harsh term to use in this context. My hatred for him extends to all he has put me through, including the waste of time and falsehoods that he has told me for a long time. I loathe him for what he's done to me over the years. Despite the fact that he has made me to doubt my own self-worth and all he has said to me, I have enough self-respect to walk away from the situation. Is it not accurate to state that we lacked something that I perceived to be ours? I'm completely at a loss for words. It's conceivable that everything was a fabrication. What I really want is for him to develop into himself and mature enough to find a wife and children, not with me. In contrast to my feelings against the cheating ex, everything I have for the affair partner is directed towards him or her. As time goes on, the truth of the situation becomes more apparent. The last several days have been filled with a strong sense of vengeance. At this point, everything is a source of misery, lol. Are there any resources available to you after learning that your long-term partner has been cheating on you for more than a year? Being idle and having too many ideas are alien concepts to me. I've just passed my final exams, so I've been studying and working for months, and now I'm left with nothing to do except think about my relief at having identified it after many exams, yet I'm at a loss as to what I should do now. Any suggestions would be much appreciated.